Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name's Jeff, and today we're going to be making coffee. So every morning I make coffee, almost just like this. I'm making out of like a version of this. So I use what's called mocha coffee from Lavazza. I get it pre-ground because I don't have a grinder. I try to do stuff as simply as possible. I use a mocha pot by Bialetti. Bialetti also makes absolutely beautiful mocha coffee. Mocha is pretty much ground a little bit coarser, just a tiny bit coarser than espresso. This has got a lot of caffeine in it. When I first started drinking it, I got a pretty good caffeine buzz. And so if you're not used to it, be careful, watch out how much you drink. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get started in here. Really all you need is water, the mocha pot itself or some kind of percolator, and the ground coffee. So let's go ahead and get started. Come on in here with me and we'll go ahead and get to it. So one of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up the funnel, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the top off my coffee container. You can see that it's got a little hole right there. That's so we can put the funnel inside. And then we can use the surrounding to catch any that fall off, okay? I have my measuring spoon. I have a 6-cup percolator, so I'm gonna go ahead and use 6 of these. And what I'm using today is the Lavazza Crema Augusta. I prefer to only use the Crema Augusta and the Rosa. I don't really always count these, but that looks like it's gonna be enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna level it out and kind of tamp it down just a little bit, being very gentle. I don't want to go too hard. You can see how I'm doing it. I'm going to keep it off the sides so I don't spill a bunch. Just very lightly. I usually take it out so I can just turn it. And if you had a tamper, you could use a tamper. Just don't press it too hard. The water's gonna find a way to get out. I'm gonna put just a little bit more in here. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go around the outside. You want to make sure there's none on the outside. Okay. All right, we got our funnel filled up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill up with water just on the inside, just to the center of this pressure relief valve. That's what this is. This is a pressure relief valve. Always make sure you can grab it and pull it out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with water. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it together and put it on the burner. It's a good idea. I don't know if you can see this right now, but it's a good idea that you have your burner warming up. I have an electric stove. It's a glass top, so it's really hard for it to get really hot. You wanna be careful though if you're using gas because you will melt the handle, okay? Depending on where it's at, but you will melt the handle if you get it too hot, so don't do that. But I can run this on high and it works just fine. The burner doesn't get very hot at all, like I said, and I always warm it up for a good while before I go ahead and put my pot on. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill the reservoir up with water and we're gonna get making coffee. Okay, we have the reservoir filled up with water. See if I can show it to you. Well, can't really show it to you. I don't want to turn it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the funnel, place it down into the reservoir. See, it just barely, it doesn't even really float, but it's just hovering on top of the water. Go ahead and take the top, put it back on my coffee lid. We'll clean that up in a second. We'll get it here in a second. So now the top will go in the mocha pot. Underneath you have a screen and a seal, a rubber seal. Screw it on. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm gonna leave this up and we're gonna put it on. So while that's getting ready to go ahead and brew, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and make up 2 different cups for coffee. We're gonna use espresso containers, espresso cups, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to make a super sweet and crema mocha this morning, okay? Thank you so much. I'll be right back and we'll show you how to do it. Hello, welcome back everybody. My name's Jeff. Back here with you, we're making mocha this morning. What I've got here is a clear espresso cup by Lavazza, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some sugar in this one so you guys can see what it looks like. That's enough. 3 demi-tasse teaspoonfuls. That should be good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait, and we need to wait for the mocha to brew, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and start doing our 2 different coffees. This one's just gonna be regular. This one's gonna have a beautiful sweet crema. All right, be right back, guys. Okay, welcome back. So we now have the coffee done. Here's the coffee. So you can see we've almost got a completely full pot all the way up to the spout. It's a lot less thick than what we saw earlier. You can also see I've finished the crema, or actually the cream sugar. It's got the consistency of, it's really thick. You can make it a little bit thinner if you like, but what I do is I use the spoon, I use the back of the spoon, and I push it up against the side wall as I stir. And I did that for roughly about 1.5 minutes or so to get it to cream like that. But remember, don't use too much of that beginning part of the coffee as you make it. It's thick. It'll go a long way. It hydrates the sugar and it starts to melt it. So you gotta really be careful about how much you use, because you'll end up with it being too watery and then you're adding too much sugar. This is gonna be really sweet here. We use 3 demi-tasse spoons full of sugar in this. I'm using just regular Domino white organic sugar in this. So let's go ahead and make this. So sometimes what I do too is when we make this up, go ahead and just give it a little stir. Sometimes some of the thicker stuff is on the bottom. All right. So this one's gonna be my regular coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this one up. And then this is gonna be my mocha. I'm gonna fill this up, I'll stir it in, and then I'll fill it up again. You can see already it's got a nice color. See how beautiful and well coated the spoon is. It tastes delicious. Gonna add just a little bit more. Give it one last stir. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. All right, everybody, let's go sit down at the table and let's enjoy our coffee. I'll be right back and I'll tell you what it tastes like. Hello, and we're ready to drink our coffee. What it's probably like, it took about, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes to do this all on your end, but it takes a lot longer to go ahead and do these videos. So let's go ahead and try them. They're probably still smoking hot. This is the regular one. I do like it like this. It is absolutely delicious. The coffee is incredible. Smooth, and you can taste elements of fruit and flowers. I think it's floral and very delicious. The bean, when they roast it and they grind it, brewing it this way, it just brings out the flavors of the coffee. Delicious. Let's go ahead and try our sweetened version. Coffee's nice and dark. It's held the crema on top. Nice little, what do you think? Quarter inch or so, maybe a little bit more layer of crema. Let's get in here so I can show you it. Look at that. That is absolutely delicious looking. Oh, it's so good. Look at the way it sticks. Can you see how it sticks to the sides of the glass? It's so thick and so beautiful. It's got the flavor, that caramely flavor of the coffee as it first brews. Oh, that's delicious. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab the mocha pot. I'm gonna fill this up. I'll be right back. We're gonna go ahead and close this out, and I'll let you know what I think.